Now that I've gotten my Chihuahua traced, let's take a look at some of the details that I had to do. So I follow up the back, one around the ear, around this ear is another trace. I then follow around the head. And notice the bigger areas, I don't need as many points, but in around the leg, I have a whole bunch of points. That's to make a much cleaner line. Now, if I zoom out, if I zoom in, you can tell there's not quite following the line over here, but if I zoom out, that looks kind of fine. The only one I would really like to fix is this leg over here. The way I can fix it is by selecting the points and dragging the spline in. I should hold control while doing that so it doesn't constrain it. I can pull that in and rearrange. So now I'm going to pull this one out a little more. I'm going to select it and drag that out this way a little bit. And that looks a lot better. So now that we have a trace Chihuahua, let's try to extrude it. I'm going to hit finish sketch and extrude. Now, unfortunately, it's only doing this area between the two legs I had to trace. So there must be a break in the trace of the Chihuahua. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the front, and we're going to look around and see if there's anything obvious. Oh, right here, I can see it's right here. There's a big gap here. I'm going to take and use the coincident tool, jump into my sketch, and use coincident to make this point here touch this point here. Now, unfortunately, that pulled everything out, so I'm going to undo that. Instead of doing that, I'm going to create a new spline, and I'm just going to complete these two areas. Holding the control key to keep it from moving around on me. I'll select, and I'm going to finish sketch, and that should be there. And I can test that by grabbing the section, and those move together, and those move together. Undo that, and that looks much better. Well, actually, that looks nice and smooth. Well, it's a little smoother. Nice. Let's try finishing sketch again and extruding by clicking on the extrude button. And again, unfortunately, it's still not letting me select the Chihuahua body. So at this point, I'm going to do what I call divide and conquer. I'm going to jump into my sketch, and I'm going to draw a line using the standard line tool from the back of the Chihuahua, this joint right here, down to the armpit of the Chihuahua. And what I'm looking for is holes or splits. But if I do this and I hit extrude, and it lets me pick up this profile, that means there must be, oh, there, if I grab that, oh, that pulls out. So the problem has to be in the back half of the Chihuahua. So I'm going to cancel. I'll jump into the sketch, and I'm going to draw another line from the base of the tail to this line here. I'm going to finish sketch, extrude, and I must have a problem down here. So again, I'm going to take and jump my sketch, draw a line. I'm going to draw a line from here to the meeting of the two legs. I'm going to hit finish sketch, extrude. So I'm going to go along this line, try to find a break. So I'm going to hit cancel. And look here. If I move this guy here, those move together, Control Z. So maybe this is not connected up. No, those seem to be moving. Oh, there we go. There's a gap right there. And again, I can go into the sketch, which will zoom me in or out. And I'm going to take and coincident this point here to that point there. And that should clean it up. I'm going to hit finish sketch, extrude, select all my parts, and I'll extrude it 0.1 because I don't want it really thick. And now I have the profile extruded. I can now take and we can start working on making a key ring with some text.